Nurturance. This all stems from home. Nurturance. What happens when we don't get nurturance? What happens when somebody doesn't give us physical affection, warm and caring? Hey, how you doing? What happens when there's no comfort or bonding? What do we do with that? How do we interpret that information? Does anybody any idea what we do when we don't get that? Here's an example. Johnny comes home from school, and Johnny, hey, Dad, how you doing? And Dad walks right by. Hey, Dad, I want to tell you about my day. And Dad walks right by. I've had these stories before, by the way. Hey, Dad, come and give me a hug. What's going on? Oh, he's gone again. How many times can somebody be hurt, be rejected, until they're going to do what? And what does it? I heard the word drugs, but if they take drugs, why would they take it? Hold on. Is this the sophomores? All right, sophomores, this is your last chance. What is it? Why would somebody take drugs if they don't need bonding? Touch. Feel better. There it is. Watch this. It will numb pain if you don't feel anything. And here's the other component, guys. We do drugs with a person because that person gives us what? Right, they're giving us attention because the main guy is not giving us attention. Is that true? So it helps. As sad as it may be, but let's understand where that comes from. All right, we'll do another one, number 3. Now this is what happens when most of those needs on that sheet of paper are not met. What happens is it jams with ourselves. It jams our self-worth. How do we see ourselves? Am I worthy? Do I have self-respect for myself? Do I care about me? Here's the big question. Do I like me? If I don't like me, what am I going to do to make up for that void? Does that make sense? What am I going to do to make up for that void? 9th graders. Right here, correct? Okay, I'm getting it. Think about it. When you feel unhappy and you're sad, have you observed people using certain narcotics to fill a void? Be honest. Anybody want to share? Not you in the situation. Anybody want to share? And the freshmen are looking at me. I'm going to go to the seniors. Anybody from the freshmen? Seniors, here's a big one. All right, what are the seniors? No self-worth. No values, no purpose in life, no vision. What do we tend to do when that happens? When that need is not met, what do we do? Cry? You do. What other ways do you handle that situation? If it hurts so much, right here? We take it out on other people. Nicely done. We do. We take it out on other people. Seniors. We take it out on other people, right? And there's a phrase that I use. It's called, we pay for your stuff. You are paying for your stuff. Self-worth, self-respect is huge. If you don't have it, right, we're going to find another way to get it, and it may be tragically. It won't hurt other people, we'll hurt ourselves. A parent will pay. They don't understand where the pain comes from. That's the whole thing I'm trying to get you guys to understand. If you don't have it, if you don't like you, then you're going to do something to make up for it. And here's an example. A lot of my clients. I have 3 cars and a mansion. But look, Dad, is that good enough? I don't care, son. Dang it, I gotta go back and make more money. But Dad, I got 4 cars and I got 2 houses. Is that good enough? Son, it doesn't matter. Constant rejection. So no matter how many houses, no how many cars, no how many, all that material stuff is not going to add up to what does that person truly want? Acceptance, validation, to be loved, to be accepted. Now what he did, I'm okay. So this is the point I'm driving at. Here's another need. This is the big one. Something comes from somewhere. It has to start. And this is where it starts. Social emotional interdependence. That's a lot of language right there. Okay, let's go to this school. I'm sure you know what that means. So I'm not going to ask. Okay? Our need for respect. If you don't get respect, what do you do? Oh, you're going to have to keep tapping a little bit. There we go. If you're, big one, connection. We want connection in life. What do we do? What happens when we don't get that need for connection met? What do we say to other people? Trust. If you don't trust me. Example is this. This is probably where most people tend to feel the impact of what they didn't get from a certain person in their life. If you don't get respect, if you don't get connection, support, and trust, if you're not heard, how many of you get really upset when a caretaker or someone doesn't hear you when you're trying to say something and you have a good point? How many here get angry? Yeah. You're not listening to me. And the main thing is a child, when a child talks to a caretaker and the caretaker is not listening to you, where are you going to go to get listened to? Outside the door with a group of people who are not the bad people, but are the people who will listen to you. So they're going to fulfill your need. That's why we do what we do. Here's a big one that has really impacted a lot of my clients over the years. Their need for affection and love. If they don't believe that they are not loved by the main people, they're going to find it elsewhere. If they believe that there's no affection and acceptance, they will find it elsewhere in a tragic manner. Here's a big one. Predictability. This was a killer. I had a client. I got the phone call. I'm going to tell you guys a story. Phone call. My daughter, 19, close to your age, is doing methamphetamine. She's on a methamphetamine binge. She's running the streets. She's going crazy. I said this, come on in. What? Come on in. We'll talk about it. See why she's going on this binge. I get the parent, I get the daughter, I get the husband in. I sit the daughter in front of me. I sit the parents to my left. I say this. Your daughter is doing a meth binge. We got to find out why. She's 19, looks skinny, all sucked up, all the skin's all... She's a mess. I said, tell me what's going on. Well, I don't know. We're doing great. I got a job. My parents have been in prison before. I got a job. We got an apartment. Life is good. There's nothing to complain about. I kind of know what's going on already. The child is not sure of that. Why? Because the child has never seen predictability. She has never seen reliability. So I said, tell me what happened. Oh, when I was using my drug problems many years ago, when she was like 3 years old, I used to leave her in the apartment for 3 days. I said, what? Yeah, I used to leave her to handle my drug problem. I said, okay. And how many times did you do that? I know, I did it for several years. I left her to handle my fix. So you left her in the apartment. She has no one to talk to, no one to take care of her. So she's creating in her head what? What's the child creating? What need is not being met by that child being left alone? Exactly. It's on the sheet. It's on your sheet. What's going on with the child? So now, 16 years later, mom's got her stuff together. Well, guess what? No one told the daughter. So she thinks is what's going to happen. What is she thinking about? What's going on with the daughter? Mom's got her stuff together finally. Yes, nicely done. Who is this? The juniors. Oh yeah, you guys can't wait to be seniors. Thank you guys. Exactly. See, her thing for predictability is haunting her. When is the other shoe going to fall off? How many here are going to the social sciences when they get out? Social sciences, social workers. Anybody want to do that? Okay, one down here, a senior. Okay. So the whole thing is this. All these years, the girl has never been told or explained as to why she feared the other shoe falling. So this is what I sat her down. I said this. Do you trust your parents? She looked at me, she just shook her head. Why don't you trust your parents? Because I don't know when they're going to leave me. I said to the parents, did you ever talk to your daughters about this situation? She goes, no. So good, let's do this. Let's verbalize it. Tell your daughter what's going on in your life. Tell your daughter that everything's okay now, that she doesn't have to worry about you leaving her in the room alone that she remembers 16 years ago. So the mother did that. And the child started crying. Is this all you wanted to hear, young lady? I asked her. She goes, I just wanted to know. I wanted some reliability and consistency, but I didn't know that was going to happen because she left me many times before for her drug habit. So now Now here's another need that was accomplished because of that. Her need for understanding. Her need for clarity. So I could see the energy and all the pain rush from her body. And it was like, all the emotions have been lifted. So here's what happened. She left me with a big smile on her face. And she was, remember she was skinny when I saw her. She came back the next week. She must have gained 15 pounds. Because she must have been happy and just eating and enjoying life. But the whole thing is the curse was lifted. Understanding where all that comes from. And here's another thing I want to talk to you about.